Here we go once again, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's game 4 of these Western Conference Finals presented by AT&T. A beautiful evening on this Memorial Day in Minneapolis and a sellout crowd at the Target Center. Minnesota head coach Chris Finch speaking before are actually points.
Well,
Playoffs presented by Google. Rudy Gobert with a sensational block and great concealment of grabbing the jersey as well.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. They probably got away with them, but I love that block shot because he meets them at the rim. Before verticality, that's where all the shot blockers did their work.
And a timeout called by Chris Finch. 5-point lead for the Thunder here in the first. By Reed, and that will end the first. Minnesota shoots 63% from the field, and they're down 7. And again, those 7 turnovers. And that man, after a rough game 3, Gilgeous-Alexander playing like an MVP to start game 4. Performance brought to you by Coors Light. Doris.
after a rough game 3 for the two stars, what a composed half of basketball by Jalen Williams. Look at the pace he's playing with. Pick and roll action. Julius Randle is hanging back. He's like, you're going to give me the 3, I will take it. Now you get a pick and roll. A little bit higher out is that screen. You're attacking the big in space. That's tough to handle. And give me that little shimmy shake, Shea, right into his sweet spot. 28 points.
Look at the difference. Again, Edwards, he's played 13 minutes. He's taken 1 shot, has 2 points, 1 assist. Certainly part of it, Richard, has to be the defense has been terrific. They won a Wednesday night, game 5, back in Oklahoma City. Will it be 2-2 or 3-1? Coverage gets underway. NBA Countdown, 7:30 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 8:30. They're in the penalty, so Randall will shoot free throws. We'll take a timeout. 8-point game as we wind down the second quarter. To you by Macy's, Richard.
Watch this OKC defense. They always keep a body on him. Look, just pressure. He's having to navigate through 2. Watch this. He's getting pressure from in front, from behind, from the side. He has nowhere to go that causes it. But watch Lou Dort. Touches his body, then gets back to his body. As soon as he moves, then he gets back to the body. Same with Alex Caruso. All defensive players, they are touching his body and making him feel him. That's what you talk about with force, playing with force.
Physical first half. Anthony Edwards, just 4 points. 1 of 2 from the field. Julius Randle, just 5 points. Meanwhile, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 21. And Jalen Williams with 15. OKC lost by 42 in game 3. A terrific bounce back. Halftime of game 4, an 8-point lead for the Thunder on the road.
Game 4 of the NBA Western Conference Finals is brought to you by Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps. Only in theaters July 25th.
Western Conference Finals presented by AT&T. Game 4 about to start the third quarter. The Thunder so far good bounce back. They lead by 8. As we look at our first half stats brought to you by PayPal.
Well, they call it the torture chamber in Oklahoma City. He was attached to Anthony Edwards, constantly touching him up physically, and then if it's not him, it's Alex Caruso. The level of physicality by Oklahoma City was impressive.
Yeah, and Anthony Edwards has to be more aggressive. I was less worried about his first quarter, but now the first half is starting to accumulate. Him and Randall just can't see any space. Randall tried to post it up there, but he's got no angles to go to. It's just so difficult for them to work.
This is the shot chart. I mean, consider how productive they were a game ago, and just 6 field goal attempts. That's the level of intention that Oklahoma City played with, Mike. So it's not just downhill to score, it's downhill to make the right read if you're Minnesota.
It's all even, just under 4.5 remaining here in the third quarter of Game 4. Game 1, Oklahoma City up by as many as 24 in the third quarter. Foul on Chet Holmgren. Randall to the free throw line.
So it's Chet Holmgren, who is lean of frame but competitively tough of mind. Good hard drive, contested the rim by 2 guys, and Chet's just tracking the guy.
And Mark Daigneault is going to challenge this call. Feels Holmgren went straight up. Be an interesting decision from the officials.
The NBA Western Conference Finals are presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And in part by Miller Lite, with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. And Google, proud sponsor of the NBA.
To 8 timeout Minnesota. Holmgren with a 20-point game. And for SGA, his 8th assist, Doris.
The man is the MVP for a reason, Mike. He has been under control. He sees the challenge. Naz does a great job. He was not on point with his passing in Game 3, but that's in the pocket, and Chet just has to step in.
Time for the AT&T Connected Cam. Richard.
Chet Holmgren, the Minnesota native, won 4 state championships in this building. He feels very, very comfortable doing a little bit of everything for OKC. It's been impressive to watch, and knocking down just open shot. He's got 20 points off 8 of 12 shooting.
Two-point loss in Game 3. Their egos took a little bit of a hit, but bounced back with a terrific road win in front of a raucous crowd and a determined Timberwolves team. So now lead it 3-1. Game 5 will be in Oklahoma City, a chance to clinch on their home floor with this terrific victory here tonight in Minneapolis. Our producer Tim Corrigan, director Mike Schwab, For Doris, Richard, and Lisa, and our entire ESPN crew, don't forget Wednesday night, Game 5. We'll have it for you 8:30 Eastern. We say goodnight from Minneapolis. Right now, let's get you to Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt.